I tried out the Bluetooth transmitter and receiver to see if it increased my Nodal earnings, and in this video I'll go over those results. I will also be discussing having two phones, separate accounts, the screen on, having phone near Windows, and many other things. If you like these comparisons where I investigate earnings amounts and want me to make more of them, make sure to help me out by liking this video. I have mined Nodal for about 9 months and so far gotten about 349 Nodal. And so I did each of these different setups 24 hours each, and then manually typed all the data into Excel where I could compare the results in earnings per hour. I've used one Motorola G8 and one Motorola G30 phone. Sure, different phones earn different amounts, but I thought if we see any major deviations from what they normally earn, and that should be enough to draw some conclusions. But after 2 weeks of results, I can say that I'm still very unsure about these aspects. During the first week between 20th to 28th of March, the earnings were very high in the beginning and slowly tapered off, and I think that just had to do with the network giving out higher rewards during that period, because I saw a lot of people on Reddit and Discord that have also earned a lot during that period. And this network reward amount differences that occur probably every day, it really messes with my data and makes it difficult to draw any conclusions, because it makes it difficult to tell if it's higher earnings due to the network or due to the different setup. But by having a second phone to compare the results with, I hope to make this difference as small as possible. But I still feel that 24-hour tests like I did is probably not near enough time to draw any real conclusions. I think each aspect probably needs to be tried out for at least 1 week each. So take these results with a huge grain of salt and see them more as speculating. According to my data, having two phones on the same account and near each other decreased the earnings per hour. When I had the phones on different accounts and in different rooms, the earnings got back to what they looked like when I just was using one phone. And so now, since I used two phones, I was earning double the amount compared to only using one phone. So having them in separate rooms and separate accounts seemed to have helped. I saw no difference if I had my screen on the entire day compared to the other phone that I did not have the screen on and just have the app working in the background. I also did a short experiment where I went into the city center and walked around for 2 hours, and sure enough, the package sent amount were increased by a lot. And the earnings were also increased through me getting more frequent payouts during those hours. So the payout amount seemed to remain the same, but the number of payouts became more frequent. So I think it's safe to say that the more devices near you, the more packages that you're able to send, the more you will earn, which is kind of what we all expected. So that is what my data indicated from these 2 weeks and some of my thoughts. But as I said earlier, those results are probably not accurate at all. But it's always fun to speculate. So please share your thoughts on these aspects in the comments. But now let's move on to the transmitter-receiver device and what my results have been using that. I have used this device. It has 3 different settings: receive, transmit, and bypass. And you can connect your phone both through aux cable and through Bluetooth. The aux cable can be connected in a transmitting output or a receiving output. I tried out all the setting combinations just to be sure, and I compared 24 hours of mining on each setting here as well and compared it with my other phone, which I just had in another separate room and on a separate account. So after testing out all the different combinations, I did manage to get one result that was significantly different from all other earnings I have ever gotten. And that was when I had the device setting on receiving and the phone connected using Bluetooth. I managed to get 17 payouts that day, which I have never ever gotten before. But now some days I only get around 4 payouts per day. And on the 30th of March, Nodal actually went out and said that they will be lowering the number of payouts per day to make the network more stable. And that change sadly occurred during all of my trials. But never mind, I now wanted to try this specific setting that allowed me to get 17 payouts per day and try it for a bit longer period of time to see if it was just a coincidence or if it by somehow gave me some sort of extra mining power. Well, after another 2 days of testing this specific setting, the phone connected to the device ended up earning less per hour compared to my other phone that I've just had in another room. So that was a bit disappointing. Could this have been due to a bug, Or is it just that simple that this kind of device, transmitter, receiver does not give any additional power when mining Nodal? Perhaps using a specific Bluetooth extender would do the trick. I don't know. Oh well, now I've tried this out so that you don't have to. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.